India created history by winning the Thomas Cup for the first time in the tournament's 73-year history. And I have a very special guest who is part of that team. Lakshya Sen joins me. Lakshya, sabse pehle, congratulations to you. Now, you've had some time to process this. Um, Take us back to the winning moment. How would you describe it now?
Yeah, I think it's a very special feeling to win the Thomas Cup, and we had a belief that we can win it when the tournament started. But yeah, we never imagined how it's going to be. But yeah, now it all feels worth it, and a काफी special moment. If I look back how it happened, and yeah, I think it's one of the biggest achievements of my career.
Tell me one thing. Of course, this win is so huge, but the thing that stood out for all of us was आप लोगों का the team bonding, you know. So वो कैसे हुआ मुझे I was told that you have this WhatsApp group which was created I think by Pranoy, and उसमें it was called It's Coming Home, and then you all started planning about what you can do. But from the outside, what we saw was it was, yes, it was a team. You were playing like a team, but it almost seemed to us that you wanted to win for each other. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it was completely a team effort from the beginning, and since the day the team was announced, I think the group was created, and there was a lot of fun things happening in the group. We were actually trying to meet for dinners, for lunch. We were trying to go together. Even after practice was over, everyone used to chill in one room, and it was important for our team bonding and how and it all reflected on court how we played, how we supported each other throughout the tournament, and yeah, I've never seen a better team.
Okay, now one of the things that I got to know was that the moment you landed, in fact, in Bangkok, you fell sick.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people who were wondering why Lakshya Sen, who's been this in this tremendous form, is suddenly not being able to finish games. Um, you made sure, despite not being 100%, I think you were rested for just one game. You were there playing every match. How difficult was it for you?
Yeah, I felt I felt sick when I landed on Bangkok, and for 1 or 2 days I was just on bed. I couldn't practice or anything. But then, before the first tie was going to happen, I could get 1 or 2 day practice, and then I had to play the first tie. It was important match against Germany. It wasn't a very tough one as the other matches were, but yeah, I think just to get the feel of court and feel of the conditions, I had to play that match, and then I was rested for another 2 3 days, and then we in between we had one match that I wasn't part of that. But then again, when the crucial stages came, the match against Chinese Taipei and then the quarterfinals or the semifinals. So I think those were a really important match for the team. And as I was the first singers, I had to play the first singers, and then we really had a second and third strong men singers, and then the first double. So I think credit to the team. They took the responsibility. They won most of the matches throughout the. But then again, I was very motivated to pull out the first set in every time I went on court. But yeah, it didn't happen in the beginning. But yeah, again for the finals, I was just extra motivated to go out there and give 1-0 lead in the final.
And I believe on the eve of the final, you went to Vimal sir and said, "Sir, now I'm feeling fine. I think tomorrow I can perform well." Is that true?
Yes, definitely. He asked me how are you feeling, and because the next day we had 1 day off, and I wasn't uh, able to practice that much because I needed that rest for my body, and I wasn't doing much on the practice day. I just wanted to keep it light, open my body, and I didn't play that well. So I think everyone in the team was concerned, and it was really important as all the matches were really tough in the final. So yeah, but I said no. ready to play, and I'm feeling better than what I was feeling in the other matches. And I have this one day I really took myself took care of myself to recover and get back fresh on court for the final.
But then the start in the final wasn't what you wanted, and you lost the first game. The turnaround. Talk us about how you turned that around.
Yeah, I think it was important for me to get a good start, but again, as I lost the toss, he chose better ends of the court, and yeah, the court conditions also played a big part in the game. And but yeah, at any given point, I was not ready to give up, even though I lost very badly in the first game. Before the match, I said whatever the conditions are, I am not going to give any points easily, or I'm not going to give up. It's a very big match for India, and but yeah, then after losing that first game in very low scores, I had that belief that okay, next game I'm going to be on the better side where I can control the shuttle better. And second game starting was very crucial for me as I took the lead, 3-4 points lead at all times in the second, and then again third game I started on the faster end where it was hard for me to control. But yeah, I didn't give too much of a lead so that I can't come back in the third game when the ends change. So I think that was a strategy to not give too much lead in the third, and then keep sticking, keep the score lines even at all time, and then in the end, yeah, I'm happy that I pulled out a win.
It was. The whole country was happy when you pulled out the win because you knew, everybody knew the importance of that, against Indonesia in a final, in a tournament where India have not done well traditionally against these giants, world giants, Indonesia. But tell me one thing. I've always been curious to know this, and I want to know from you, between the sets, between the games, when the coach is talking to you, honestly tell me, how much do you absorb? Because the way we see it from outside, say even against the final, you were playing against Ginting, you'd lost the first game, the coach is telling you something. Are you really listening to them? Can you really strategize at that point? Because all I see you and others is you're wiping the sweat, you're getting ready for the next game. What's going on in your mind? Are you really absorbing anything, or या फिर वो जो बोल रहे हैं कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहे, अपने दिमाग में कुछ और ही चल रहा है?
No. It is important. Like how I lost the first game, it was very important for me to leave the first set and then focus on just next set, and then especially in between rallies. Sometimes this happens where you're really tired, and then you can't hear what the coach is telling, and because of the crowd in the hall, they shout a lot after every point, so sometimes you can't hear that. But in the 11 break or the 21 break, you have some time to listen to what the coach is telling, and then yeah, when yeah, you don't really have to look at him when he's speaking. You can do your other stuff as well, like have a sip of water, wipe yourself, and then yeah, just absorb how much ever you can, and then try to implement it on.
चलिए, मतलब सुनते हैं, कुछ जाता है, मेरे को लगता है कि क्या पता वो कोच बोल रहे हैं, but you're like, yeah, get over with it. I'm thinking on my own. I'm the one who's going in and playing, but no, you do listen. Okay, now tell me about your own season. You've had a dream season. This is what players dream of, really. How, when you look back on it, do you see everything happening very fast? You're winning some big titles, all England. You've won this, silver, world championship, bronze. सब कुछ बहुत जल्दी जल्दी हो रहा है. How do you look at it?
I would say I've played a lot of senior international tournaments now, and yeah, but as a junior player, I just played junior 2-3 years ago, and then coming into the seniors, I never thought that itna jaldi sab kuch hoga. But yeah, I'm trying to keep up with it, and then again at the same time, I have people around me to guide me कि अब क्या करना है and how it's going to be. अभी तक का तो सब कुछ ठीक हुआ है, but definitely there will be ups and downs where you have to still keep it going. So I think I'm still learning, and I have very good mentors around me to guide me.
Mm. Okay, talking about mentor now, when you won the bronze at the World Championship, I got to talk to Vimal sir, and one of the things he told me, you can confirm it or deny it, is that you were not a very good loser, because when you lost, when you were a kid, you would cry for hours, and they would have to come and console you and tell you it's okay, you lost, now start thinking of the next game. Is that true?
Yeah, I think when I was really small, I used to cry after losing, but now that has changed. But yeah, I still don't like losing, but yeah, I generally try to move on to the next match, learn from this, and just move on for the next match. I think that way I don't cry anymore after losing. But yeah, I think if it's a really big one, a big tournament, or a really tough match or a very close match, then sometimes you get emotional. But yeah, and it's very important to move on, and there will be a lot of opportunities ahead to move on to and look forward.
हाँ, मतलब आप कमरे में अंदर आके रो सकते हैं ना, कोर्ट के साइड रोते हैं, कमरे में आके तो अच्छा चलिए. The other thing being your own game now, how do you see it, how do you see it evolving, and what are the things that you want to improve on?
As a junior player, I was very attacking player, and I used to attack a lot. But yeah, once you are playing in the senior circuit, you got to have the overall game, the patient game, because every player has different style of play, and then you have to adapt to it, and use whatever technique or whatever situation you are in. You have to use your game accordingly. So I think I'm right now I'm working on overall part of the game, like the defense, the steady gameplay, and then again the attack will definitely I'll try to improve on that as well.
Okay, we wish you all the very best, Lakshya. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again. I just hope the season's been so good for you, for India. This last week has been so good. Just to finally see India on the world map when it comes to badminton, and you've played such a huge role in it. So congratulations once again, and here's to many more. Hope you win many more international titles.